What's up, Nitwits? Dom here with the Nitwit Talks 2022 Game Awards, the results. This is our Nitwit review, and with me as always, Joe
Hey, Nitwits.
and Dago.
Hola, Nitwits.
And we're here to talk about the overall overall results of the Game Awards, with Elden Ring winning Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Best Art Direction, Best RPG, God of War Ragnarok,
Woo!
Best Narrative.
That was for Elden Ring,
No.
not
No.
Ragnarok. Just so you know.
Okay. Alright, we're fine then. God of War Ragnarok, Best Narrative, Best Music, Best Audio, Best Performance from Chris Judge, which they probably should have just taken that away while he was giving his 40-minute speech, and Accessibility. The Best Fighting Game for Multiverses, Best Sim Strategy, Mario and Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, Best Multiplayer, Splatoon 3, question mark by that one, Best Family, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Best Community Support, Final Fantasy XIV, and Games for Impact, Dust Falls. Joe, give us your overall thoughts.
Well, here's the thing. I'm disappointed in you, Dom. The fact
There's a lot
that
of
you thought I
disappointment.
was saying, I forgot over Ragnarok, that just tells you don't know me at all, because Elden Ring was my clearly choice for Game of the Year.
It was.
But regardless, I gotta say, I'm happy overall with the majority of these results. I think Elden Ring obviously deserved the recognition and the success that it achieved, right? Phenomenal game, hands down, better than God of War Ragnarok. But I do think God of War Ragnarok obviously was a worthy second place. They do have a better narrative, phenomenal gameplay, overall phenomenal performances, but it just wasn't as ambitious as Elden Ring. My gripes, though, are very simple with the awards. Best fighting, cool. Multiverses, I'm cool with that. I'm not so happy with Total Warhammer losing to Mario and Rabbids. Like that makes no sense to me. And then the other piece, multiplayer, best multiplayer, Splatoon 3 beating Overwatch 2 and Modern Warfare 2. What world do we live in?
Explain how Splatoon 3 wins Best Multiplayer, which is a bigger category, but loses Best Family Game to Kirby.
I don't know. That's kind of like when you sit here and think like the Game Awards. It just makes no sense on these developers that are doing making these calls in the background, the voting on these things. It just makes no sense. It makes zero sense. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. But whatever.
Also, we didn't give a shout out to Bill Clinton, whatever category he won as well. So I just feel that needed to be said.
Just old rabbi or whatever that kid said.
Yeah, it was Rabbi Bill Clinton.
I Bill Clinton. Go.
That was just, hey, when that's the highlight of a show, you just know the show wasn't that good. That's terrible.
Yeah.
But overall, like, I agree with a lot of these, but then there's a few I'm just kind of really iffy on. And then the last one I think we forgot to mention is most anticipated game.
Oh yeah! Wow.
We had.
I think it's because it was such a disappointment.
I 100% agree. Let's just be real. We're changing it to Hogwarts Legacy because that's what these
Yeah.
games did. I do think that a lot of these games are to be excited for. Final Fantasy 16, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. All fantastic games, don't get me wrong. But Hogwarts Legacy deserved that category. And the fact that it did not win, anyone that did not vote for it, because that was 100% chosen by the community, you should go home and just, I don't know, just
Think about your life.
Yeah, think about your decisions that you just made. That was very frustrating. I think the other award that I want to just bring up is the best adaptation. Was, that's focusing on an adaptation from a game coming into a show or a movie, whatever. In Arcane, League of Legends winning, I was stoked and happy to see that. Dago, I know you were as well. Dom, I know you were. For me, I felt really good about that announcement, and it's a show that I felt executed so well that it became one of my favorite shows of all time. Not just simply saying Netflix in general, but it's not my favorite Netflix show, but it's one of my favorite shows of all time. That should tell you like how amazing that show is. Again, I wouldn't say it's my top show, but I do think it hands down makes my top 5. It's a series that I have watched multiple times and I truly love. So I think that's an awesome addition to the Game Awards. But those are my thoughts on the awards. Dago, you want to share your thoughts?
Of course. Thank you. Well, I mean, first of all, like you guys know, man, this is my first Game Awards that I've seen ever. So honestly, man, I came in with an open mind, but I honestly didn't know what to expect. I do understand like it's an award ceremony. People were dressed very formal, which honestly I thought they were gonna be dressing like, I don't know, like maybe jeans and a t-shirt or something. I don't know, just not too formal.
No. I gotta jump in too now. On Dog on this one, we need to team up here.
Oh my goodness!
Gamers are less of class, is what you're trying to say? Like, because we game, we can't go dress formal to an event. Because
Dago thinks every gamer looks like the World of Warcraft guy from South Park.
Hey, do you know who Henry Cavill is? Do you know who Henry Cavill is? I mean, he doesn't know. Do you know who he is?
No.
Just Google him and tell me, does he look like a World of Warcraft gamer? Because he is, okay? He's a World of Warcraft gamer. If you see the guy, you're gonna be like, damn, he plays World of Warcraft.
He almost missed his Superman audition.
He sure did.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Him and I have a lot of similar features. We're both tall, built, and
why he wanted to be in The Witcher so bad.
Yeah.
They actually asked me to be in The Witcher as the Witcher.
You were the replacement, but you turned it down.
Yeah, I turned it down. Like, I kind of
I stand with Henry.
I fell off my diet a little bit, during the whole COVID situation, and I'm still pretty fit, but I instead of having a 6-pack, I down a 6-pack. But hey, it is what it is.
6-pack. Tomatoes, right?
Yeah, sorry, Doggo.
No, but I mean, there were a few things that that I kind of like took that I actually enjoyed, man. I mean, like the very first award that was given out, Al Pacino comes out and he's the one that presents the award to Chris Judge, followed by Chris Judge's like 40 minutes speech, man, which I was like, why is this guy still talking? Like, come on, like just say thank you and keep it going. But I mean, other than that, I mean, kind of like you said, Arcane, winning best adaptation, Cyberpunk with Idris Elba, that was also pretty amazing. The kid trolling and saying, hey, I'd like to nominate this award to Rabbi Bill Clinton. Just certain things along the whole like 3 hours that it took. I think those things kind of like stuck out to me.
Can I add something here? I thought Al Pacino was a terrible addition to the show.
Weird.
Very weird. Considering the fact he led with he doesn't play video games nor.
Yeah.
My grandkids play them and I watch them.
Okay,
that's. That
sure, just lie to me like Mr. T saying he played World of Warcraft. Okay.
Yeah, like my thing is like, I can already see, the Game Awards reaching out saying, "Hey, would you want to be in this? Like, it would be awesome to have you." Like, really, out of anyone you could have went to, that's actually Mila Kunis is a real World of Warcraft gamer. Like, you could have chosen 1,000 people out there that truly have interest in what they're presenting. And at the Game Awards, have a passion for it, where this guy didn't. He didn't care. He was there probably just collecting a check, and that's, he's not there for free. Yeah. Give it to somebody that actually cared. And it's not that, I think he's a great actor. I love a lot of his movies. Scarface, especially, like, great, okay? But he shouldn't have been there. It was a weird choice.
Do you think that maybe they brought Al Pacino in there to get like more views? I mean, his name. I mean,
No.
he is a big
No,
name.
No.
People are watching the Game Awards don't care if Al Pacino's there.
Yeah. They first and foremost, you say he's a big name, but name something relevant he's been in recently.
This isn't his
Recently,
audience.
yeah, no, recently, no.
Yeah, see, that's my point. Like a lot of his audience now, a lot of the audience of the Game Awards. Yeah, there's a lot of us. You know, the 30, the
We're all
30,
fat, out of shape, don't know how to dress people.
yeah,
Out of
that's
shape.
according,
Out of shape.
according to Dago here.
Okay.
But I mean, there's a lot of 30 to 40-year-old, men and women in there, right? Sure. But then you also have that younger generation coming in too that never seen Scarface or any of his prior movies. So he means nothing to them.
Wow.
So you have to understand, like, it is a weird choice. It was just, I was like, when they called him out on stage, first off, no one knew he was going to be there, Dago. So,
Yeah.
he's not going to sell more tickets. We didn't know he was going to be there. And like, it was terrible. It's a terrible choice.
It was like they need someone, and walking down the street was Al Pacino. Like, hey, you want to do this?
Hey, you're going broke now, aren't you? Hey, do you need a couple $100,000 to just show? Obviously, he's not really going broke. That's just me being stupid. But the point is, he's irrelevant to a lot of the people watching it. Yes, I'm a fan. You may be a fan. Dom may be a fan. But that doesn't change the fact he wasn't in the right place. It just made no sense.
No, I get it. And I mean, your viewpoint makes sense. Because I felt like whenever he said, "Hey, like, I don't play video games and like I really don't know much about this," I was like, like I don't think you should have, started off with that. I like I don't think that's. And then he couldn't read the he also couldn't read the teleprompter. Yeah, I was like, oh.
No, dude, that's the other part. It was terrible. When he was trying to speak, and you could tell he's trying to read. I was just like, first off, bringing up Chris Judge, I didn't bring it up specifically because he just really frustrated the fuck out of me. Like watching him talk and as slow as he spoke, how he paused in between every sentence and literally started to bawl like a little baby. I had such a hard time following him, and I didn't understand half of the people he was. I would like to thank. I would like. Shut up! No one does that. You ruined this. You made the show last 3.5 hours because you took a half hour of it.
Yeah. I kid you not, man. I got up from my couch and I started making a snack because I was like, man, this is gonna take a while.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, he's a phenomenal voice actor.
Yeah.
I mean, God of War, man, wouldn't be God of War 2018 or Ragnarok if it wasn't for him. So understand that he's a phenomenal voice actor, very well deserved that award. But the fact that Jeff Keighley kept making fun of him throughout the entire series, I mean, the show was hilarious, number one. Savage moments. He needed to get the cigar and sunglasses on his face. But phenomenal in that sense. But he really just grinded my gears. And it just took way too long. All right, Dago. Anything else?
No, I think that's pretty much what I have down. Those things, and I mean, overall, it was honestly, it was a very nice experience. It was my first Game Awards. Obviously, I'll be ready and I'll be tuning in for the next one.
All right, cool, man. Now, Dom, we need to know your thoughts on the awards portion. Well, I mean, what were your thoughts, Dom? Were you upset, happy? Did anything you just wanted to pick your computer up and throw out the window? Preferably
Either a couple of those. Stray, not winning Game of the Year, really hurt me. No, I mean, we'll just Game of the Year. I thought Ragnarok was going to win because for some weird apparent reason, we love God of War, which it never should have beaten Red Dead Redemption 2, and I kind of feel like it's a little redemption for Red Dead Redemption 2. It's just I really thought they just had it on lock, so I'm happy that Elden Ring won. It was well deserving. Like, you can't say anything negative about Elden Ring. Its community is amazing. They support the system. The DLCs are free. They're just shooting it out. Well, Joe, you can, but poor shipping.
Love the game, It shouldn't have taken over a month to arrive. But well, that's for a whole nother story, a different day.
Not to keep harping on Chris Judge, but like that really did kill like a lot of the show, in my opinion. I mean, and he's well deserving. He's probably one of the best voice characters we've had in a long time. I mean, Troy Baker is, I would say, probably better than him with the characters, but Chris Judge deserves to have the respect for Kratos, or Keratos, as some people would call him.
Wow.
But there should be respect for him, and you know, I understand he deserves his moment, but man, like, we had to push through that, Chris. Like, we had it. Like, you know, so enjoy. Like, I get it. You know, they probably should try to get him off the stage quicker. It's like Splatoon 3 winning. I don't have a problem with Splatoon 3 winning. It's just the fact that it beat Overwatch and Modern Warfare 2 for multiplayer. I thought Splatoon 3 would be a better family win over Kirby. Not a huge Kirby. Well, I used to love Kirby, but this one, it's just fine. You know, or how to beat Lego Star Wars. So I have a lot of questionable things. Explain to me how community support Final Fantasy 14 beats out like Fortnite. To me, that's crazy. But the problem is Final Fantasy, you can't really argue. Like, it should have been up. I mean, if Final Fantasy beat Hogwarts Legacy for most anticipated, fine. I can live with it, right? Like, it's a toss. You know, if I would have went Hogwarts, I understand why people go Final Fantasy. Explain to me how League of Legends doesn't win best esports game and they give it to Valorant.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I think that's insane. So, to me, there are a lot of questionable choices. That's how I'll word it.
Do you think, though, sometimes these things happen? Because League of Legends have won that category for many years. So people just kind of get fed up and want to change it up.
Oh, yeah, facts. They won it 21, 20, 19. Overwatch beat it in 18.
Makes sense.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. That's fine. But I would have went, personally, League over it. Also weird that Fortnite wasn't in that category. As big of a game Fortnite is. It just, I feel there's a lot of questionable things. Honestly, my favorite thing from the whole Game Awards is the Mario trailer we got. But I'm just really looking forward to that.
Me too.
We discussed this a little bit offline. I felt it really wasn't like a Game Awards show.
No,
you know, I felt like I was watching like MTV or something. Like they're trying to make it like this huge. Like, just please show me the games.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, one of the biggest things I bitched about specifically was the commercials, and they weren't even real commercials, but they were more like trying to push product down your throat and
who creates fake commercials?
Huh?
That'd be like us taking a pause right now to be like, this bypass brought to you by. Like, that's how I felt. Like, it was just so, like, it wasn't genuine.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're trying to be the Grammys when they shouldn't be trying to be the Grammys.
That's a better point, yeah.
The Grammys pushes down the same stuff down your throat with advertising. And realistically, that's not how the Game Awards was built. I understand they have to fund the show, but the way they went about it this year, and the last couple years too, it's just getting worse and worse every single year. I think back our last one was probably about 2018. That was actually a pretty decent show, which that was with, you know, God of War 2018 versus Red Dead Redemption 2, which we can all agree that RD2 should have won. and the fact that it didn't is very frustrating.
Hey, cut Al Pacino out, use that money, and just get rid of the commercials. You know, you've already saved yourself money.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. I just the way Jeff Keighley's wanting this to go, just I think is not a positive outcome, and it's not. We're not the only ones feeling this way. It was long and drug out, and it shouldn't have been long and drug out. And the other piece too, I know I'm taking some of your shine here.
Oh, you're good.
The other piece that really frustrated me was that we saw more CGI trailers versus actual gameplay trailers.
Yeah.
Which really was frustrating. And the other piece too that we talked about, no Xbox presence
at all.
You know, Phil Spencer was sitting in that in that stadium or in that auditorium, whatever you want to call it, and he was there, but we saw nothing from them, and that was probably one of the biggest slap in the faces to Xbox fans. You know, I'm not gonna go into detail about it, but in all reality, it just was very frustrating.
And we got no killer clowns from outer space.
Ah, man, don't get me started on that one too. Hands down, one of the best games is gonna be next year.
Yeah, it wasn't up for most anticipated, but it's just I feel there were a lot of good games left out or trailers left on the table, and a lot of things like I didn't care about, or like there'd be some awards where just like, and the winner of this is da da da, and it's like, okay, that's fine, but like, can we at least like talk a little bit about it?
Yeah.
But like, I understand you're not gonna try to make it like a 5-hour event, but I just, I could do without Halsey singing, 7 ballads in the middle of the Game Awards.
Oh man, see, I actually like that. So
I'm not complaining about her doing it. I'm just saying, like, I would rather hear the games winning and rather hear from the people that won. But
yeah,
that's me.
I thought that was good, man. Halsey, I think she's a brilliant.
She's amazing.
Yeah, and man, that talent that she has, just when she comes off, she just sounds remarkable. But yeah, I thought it was good, and Diablo 4 looks fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, that does deserve a comment and a mention here. Diablo 4 looks like they're gonna come with fire. Like they really are making it a focus, and that makes me happy. Diablo 3 is a phenomenal game, so it's good to see Diablo back.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for it. We got what is it? I think it's June 2023. This 6 months, we're gonna have Diablo 4. So I'm super excited for it. I know you are, Doggo is. And it's going to be real exciting to actually have Diablo back.
Real excited, baby.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's my overall. Like, if you want me to give it a rating, I don't know, 5 or 6. I just wasn't very thoroughly impressed. But also, like, I wasn't impressed by the games this year. Like, the overall. Like, that's just... And I think there are great indie games that came out this year, but they weren't ever going to win like Game of the Year, But it's things like that bother me. Like, I think it was a weak year. I mean, for the past 2 years, we've been like, is this one of the weakest years we've ever had in gaming? A weak year, and it was like, oh, it was because of COVID. It was because of COVID. And now it's finally like, man, like studios just I don't know, like games come out and it's like, hey, let's spend a year fixing it up before it's ready. And Elden Ring really was the only game this year that was like, boom, we're ready. Yeah. We're here all year and we're ready for you.
Well, Horizon Forbidden West was too, though.
Yeah. That's true, and that poor game got overshined for no good reason, and that's twice now Ragnarok's overshined it. Correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately because they didn't walk away with any awards, so Sony screwed up by releasing Ragnarok, in the time of. I know they wanted to get it for this year because they thought they could be Elden Ring. Because I think Jim Ryan was basically trying to say we are the better company. That we got God of War, we will take Game of the Year, and they lost. It was such a good film.
They delayed by 1 week, and it goes into next year's category.
Exactly, and that's what they should have done.
Yeah, but next year I think we'll have a better cast of games too to compete with it. So it will just be interesting.
Yeah, but next year, let's be real. Like we're gonna say Hogwarts Legacy, we want that to be Game of the Year because that's
all that's gonna win.
Yeah, that's what we were gonna say. But let's be real. The competition is gonna be very fierce next year with Final Fantasy 16 having a release date. Resident Evil 4, Starfield, which is one of the most anticipated games of, I would say, the last decade. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, right there. Now, how well will that hold up with this aged Switch hardware? We'll see.
That's our gripe on it.
Right, so there's a lot coming out next year. But, so you said 5 or 6. I'll give my rating here in a second because I want to talk about a few other things. But there were some really good things about the show, Final Fantasy 16, which I've mentioned several times. Judas being created by Ken Levine, who's the creator of BioShock, and BioShock is a phenomenal game. And I know, Dom, you love BioShock.
Yeah, Dago, if you have never played BioShock, highly recommend it. It might be a little hard to go back and play like the first one.
Okay.
But
they did a remaster.
Play the remaster. It's well worth it.
Phenomenal. And Ken Levine is just overall genius. So Judas looked phenomenal. I'm really excited for that. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty with Idris Elba looked really cool. That's going to be like an own game in itself. I know it's an expansion pack or DLC, whatever you want to say. I said expansion pack because I'm focusing on the good old days. DLC.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I'm super excited for as well. The first game was great, but I think Cal, like him coming over on the stage and saying this is the best Star Wars game ever, bro. You are in the game as the main character.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything to me.
Stupid. like saying that. Like, we know you're paid to do this, dude. Diablo 4, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't even mention that.
May 26, 2023. I had to say it twice. It's coming out in 5 months.
The big issue with next year, honestly, is there's going to be a lot of stacking of games. So you're either not going to have a life, or you're going to have to find a way to be able to spread out these games. And I don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah, so I'm super excited for the Suicide Squad. I think we all share that mutual agreement. Like, it looks phenomenal. It's being made by Rocksteady Games, who made the Batman game, so you already know it's gonna be fucking amazing. So like, there's no doubt in my mind.
Solid studio.
This is good, huh?
Solid studio.
Solid, amazing, one of the best.
Yeah, I mean, so you don't have anything to worry about. It's the way I
They're
look at it.
definitely gonna make Game of the Award category. I don't think they're gonna win. Hogwarts Legacy is gonna win, but still, they're gonna make the category.
We're gonna speak it into existence. That's all we're gonna do here.
The other one that really got me, man, was Crime Boss Rocky City. Like, Chuck Norris, man. Danny Trejo, whatever his name is. Yeah. Vanilla Ice. I mean, like, here's the thing, bro. Like, you have the cast itself sells that game. You're coming at a $40 price tag. We still have no idea what the hell it is. It looks like Payday to me, except with, a well-known, like, stacked cast. And if that's the case, if it's just Payday, fuck yeah, I'm all about it. And
we don't know what it is, and we bought it the next day.
Yeah. I mean, for the deal we got it for, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, like, we didn't even know what was happening. We were like, hey, we're gonna give it a shot. They suckered us in.
Yeah, and if it sucks, just return it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it looks amazing. And then there's Wild Hearts, which is EA's version, and I hate saying EA because EA likes to screw things up. It's EA's version of Monster Hunter, and it looks fantastic. We got a trailer for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Raids. Looks awesome. The Super Mario's movie clip, we talked about it already, but I'm super geeked to watch that movie. Day one opener all day. I'll be going
back real quick. It's really interesting to me, being like an old school Call of Duty fanboy and everything, knowing now that there's no pressure for next year. Like, what we have now is going to be worked on. And I like seeing like trailers releasing little things. Like, it makes me feel confident in the game finally. Like, that probably sounds crazy to say, but like, I feel like relaxed about it. Like, I don't have to worry about this next game. Like, it's going to be an eased in, like, we're going to keep getting little content throughout now. Yeah.
Oh, hands down. Like, I'm super geeked about that. We know that number one, they released a game that was, I wouldn't say polished because there's so many issues they 1 and 2 and 3. But overall, it's a great game. It is definitely the best Call of Duty that we've had in years. And it feels good. The old school maps are coming back, which is super exciting. I can't wait to see Terminal. I can't wait to see Estate and so many more to come. So I'm really excited to see what else they do to this game over the course of next year, including the raids. The raids are going to be amazing. Watching DMZ develop over time is going to be awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm super geeked. So I know what you're saying. But the other piece I wanted to add was Dune Awakening. That to me, it's an MMO, but the Dune universe has so much that can be done to it. So I'm excited. I know it was just a short trailer, and we already knew it was coming eventually, but we just didn't have much. But seeing an in-game trailer and an engine looked really cool. Now, the other side of me where I kind of just had iffy and I didn't really care about, Street Fighter 6, Armored Core. Like, Armored Core is really cool, don't get me wrong, but it's from software. I mean, they're making it so it's going to be amazing, but I don't care for the game itself. Hades 2, I loved Hades 1, but Hades 2, I was like, I don't know if I'm really down for it again. Tekken 8, the walking simulator, aka Death Stranding 2, don't give a damn about that. Bayonetta Origins, I mean, cool, but whatever.
Can we go back to Death Stranding real quick?
Yeah, the walking simulator, yes.
Yeah, I remember Bob was so hyped to get that game and bought it, and he got so pissed that all he did was walk around.
Yeah, I told him that.
It was fascinating.
I remember when he was asking me if I had played it, and I said, yeah, I played it.
I texted him when the trailer came up, and I put the game over.
Yeah, dude. I remember when he said he was gonna buy it because it was like on sale for $17 or something. And I said I wouldn't buy it. He said why? I said it's a walking simulator, and that's all you do. You literally walk. And honestly, though it's beautiful. Like the game is absolutely gorgeous, but the fact that it's just so boring. And you're talking to someone, and you can relate, Daga. Like simulators are literally some of my most favorite games. House flipper, where you're just literally painting, knocking down walls, the most repetitive shit that you can do. Yet that's more entertaining to me than
so relaxing.
It really is. But Death Stranding 2 is just man, I'm not looking forward to that one at all. And then a few other things I didn't really care for was like Horizon Call of the Mountain VR. Don't give a shit about that. Crash Team Rumble 4v4. Now that's an honorable mention because it does look fun, but again, like. Okay, there's so many games out there that are 10 times better. I don't know.
Like, if they're going to charge you for that, absolutely not. But if it's free, I mean, I'll download it.
Oh, hands down.
Like, yeah.
No, you're going to say something?
Yeah, quick question, man. Like, why didn't you like Street Fighter?
Here we go.
Why did you like Street Fighter?
I mean, it was a game that, growing up, man. Like, growing up, I do remember, like, going to Mexico. My parents would send me to the store, like, hey, like, they'll give me some cash, and they'll be like, hey, go to the store and buy X, Y, and Z. And, like all little kids, you see a arcade machine, and you're like, hey, you know what? I have extra money, or I have change. Let me, spend some money here. And those were the games that were available, man. So I kind of, I didn't play much, but I did grow up playing it a little bit.
Okay, so you grew up playing it a little bit. So you're asking why I didn't care for the trailer?
Yeah,
it's a very simple answer. Mortal Kombat's 10 times better, and there are games out there that, don't get me wrong, Street Fighter. I played a lot of Street Fighter. I just play a little of it. I played a lot, and I used to do little competitions in Street Fighter. And the thing is, it's a good game, sure, but the game doesn't. There's no innovation. It doesn't change too much. When you're comparing that to Mortal Kombat, who's on their 12th game coming up, that the fatalities, the way the game looks, the way the game feels, it feels phenomenal and just 10 times better. You can say that's an opinion, but if you've played Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter side by side, anyone with half a brain would understand that. It is just better graphically. It feels more polished, and that's it.
I like Tetris.
The whole part of the half a brain part was a joke because I know it's an opinion, so don't get offended. No one get over here and start being upset. It's a joke. But in all reality, Mortal Kombat just feels a better game. And you're talking to someone that did play a lot of Street Fighter. So, for me, it just didn't care for it. It just doesn't look like anything new. It looks like Street Fighter. And not saying that's a bad thing, right? But I just didn't care for it. But yeah. So, and then the other thing, Warhammer 40K, Space Marine 2, don't care for. Among Us Hide and Seek, it's Among Us, right?
Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't know why I need a trailer. You don't need to do anything for that game.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's cool. Like, I love Among Us, but I didn't need to see this. And then Destiny 2 Lightfall, here's the thing. I love Destiny, you know that. But I'm kind of burnt out on Destiny, and Destiny just... I don't know how much they can innovate to make me come back, so I'm kind of on like my dry spell with them. So I didn't care for that. But last but not least, kind of an honorable mention that I'm kind of iffy on is the Transformers game. I love Transformers, but they didn't show enough for me to be like truly engaged or wanting to buy it. I understand it could be early on, whatnot. It looked cool, but it didn't look like, oh my god, this is phenomenal. So, yeah, overall, I'm disappointed with the show. I mean, I think your analysis, not 5 or 6, is good. I'm gonna stick it at 4.55, and I
like the 0.55.
Yeah, 0.555. So
really sticks it in there on them.
Yeah, I can't give it a 5 because 5 it means it was just okay, and to me, it wasn't okay. They really fell short, and I think a lot of it's because the advertising. Chris Judge didn't help. I felt like the games kind of were just too CGI. They weren't really showing real gameplay. We didn't get any really cool announcements like I was hoping for. We knew about Suicide Squad. We knew about Diablo 4. We knew Star Wars Jedi Survivor was coming. We knew Cyberpunk was coming. We knew Final Fantasy 16 was coming. What I wanted to see was newer games like Judas. I wanted to see more Crime Boss. I wanted to see Dune Awakening. I didn't want to see games that we already knew that were coming. That did nothing for me besides reassure me that they were coming. Like, I don't give a damn. I knew that. So
you could almost take a whole point away too for not saying anything about Game Pass. Shameless Game Pass plug.
Yeah, all the time we have to.
That's why.
And then again, I think the biggest disappointment overall was Hogwarts Legacy didn't win most anticipated. So I had to really think about this a lot because I originally was going to say the show was a 2 because of that reason, and I was like, I have to be a little nicer because I did have some good points that I thought of that gave them a few additional points on the categories, but it was okay. Whoa. It was terrible. I take that back. It wasn't okay. It was terrible.
I mean, it was all right.
I had its moments.
It was great.
But I was very disappointed that I wasted 3.5 hours for it, and I watched the pre-show too, which don't get me started. But okay, that's my review. That's my score. I'm sticking to it, not changing it. So the 4.4 by 5.
Dagoberto.
Look, I mean, it's my first one, so I really can't grade it, or compare it to any other one. But I mean, you guys make a great point on a few things that were like a little iffy. I would say I would give it between like a 5.5 to a 6. Obviously I can't grade it too high because like I said, like there were times where I was like, okay, like this doesn't make sense, or like this shouldn't have been there, stuff like that. So that's my grade, 5.5.
No, I mean, I think anything though. I think it's fair. I don't think it was amazing. I don't think it was complete trash. It was good to see. It was good to see just Game Awards in general. That's how I always feel. Like, it's always like a cool time and everything. But yeah, it just nothing that I'm sitting here like I have to talk about it, except for Bill Clinton. That's one of the best things about the whole entire night.
Oh, hands down.
It's not a game. Or in Mario. And Mario isn't even a game. It's a movie coming out.
But it's still associated with games, though. So, like,
yeah, I know.
I get it.
It's crazy, though. Like, some of the best things.
Yeah. So. And I get that. The whole Mario thing was phenomenal. I think we can all agree that's going to be... It has to be a masterpiece. And if anyone rates it lower, again, they just don't know what they're doing. Yeah, I'm super geeked for it. You're super geeked for it. We're all super geeked for it. It's just, it is what it is. But that kid is a legend. He's a fucking legend.
Yeah, he's probably in jail now or something stupid, but good for him.
Yeah.
Well, is it worth it?
It's funny. Jeff Keighley texted or tweeted out after the show that the kid had been apprehended by the police, and I just thought to myself, like, man, you guys are gonna put this kid in jail or arrest him, probably do some trespassing, some shit, whatever, for a little harmless prank. And like, okay, I get it, screwed it up. I'm not saying he should have no punishment. That's not what I'm saying. You do something stupid, there's gonna be repercussions, right? That's how society works. There are laws to follow. But the fact that, that was the best part of the Game Awards, and a lot of people are saying this, Jeff Keighley needs to reevaluate how to approach this going forward. And ramp up security so that doesn't happen again. I mean, come on. I'm
so confused how it even worked. Like, he just stepped walked right over. Like, he was part of them.
It's phenomenal, man. This kid was slick. So, From Software, the devs were sitting over in a whole different aisle. This kid was actually in the middle section where From Software devs were on the farther right-hand side of the theater. They were walking up, and this kid just got up, snuck over into the group by kneeling down. You can actually see the video where he does it. Gets up behind them. The From Software group have no idea who he is, but they don't question it because they think he might be with the Game Awards. And he's up there, and he's standing by. He blended in so well. Most people were like, well, who's this kid? But then they just kind of felt like he was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And then at the very end where he said that, like, he just, man, again, kid's a legend. There needs to be repercussions, sure, but I hope they aren't too hard on him. It was a prank, right?
Like, did he just say Bill Clinton?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You were texting back and forth. Like, did you hear Bill Clinton? Yeah, I did. So we're not
There's
hearing
no
things,
way
right?
he said that.
Yeah. Like, but again, just reiterating, he deserves some type of, something, right? Because punishment, or what a bad deed can't go undone, right? So whatever the saying is, you need to.
Bad deed can't go unpunished.
Yeah, unpunished. Yeah. So you need to definitely. There's law and order for a reason, but hopefully they're not too harsh on him because it was literally a harmless prank, right? That's just our opinion, but whatever.
Well, hopefully Bill Clinton is able to pull some strings and, get him out, bail him out.
Wait, so the Rabbi Bill Clinton, that's so good. Oh man, so good. But take it away, Earl.
My Earl.
Yes.
That's a Harry Potter reference, but go ahead.
Oh, my bad, Earl.
Hold on,
Jr.
do you not remember it? Like on
No.
Prisoner of Azkaban, when the bus pulled up and Earl was the bus driver, and the small shrink head.
Yeah, the talking head.
Take it away, Earl! And then and they drove really fast, and whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Nitwits. That was pretty good, right? If you made this far in the video, please like, subscribe, comment, let us know your thoughts as well. As always, thanks for listening.
Peace, love, and chicken grease.